Hello, unlimited friends. Today I have a question from Yolanda. I think this is a fabulous question. I'm going to read it out to you and then we'll discuss it. So the question is, Zehra, how can I integrate psychoanalysis with law of attraction? How can I speak about the past without coming down the emotional scale and yet be able to move through the feelings? What an amazing question. So let's get right into the discussion. And before we go there, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm ZMAHOON from ZMAHOON.com. I'm the author of 12 books on the subject of law of attraction. And on this channel, it is my intention to create a place where I can share strategies that you can put to work right away to improve your life. Okay, so let's get into Yolanda's question. See, the thing to understand here is that the purpose of psychoanalysis and the purpose of law of attraction is the same. The purpose is to help us to feel better by dealing with whatever it is that's creating anxiety within us. So the purpose is the same. The purpose is on both sides. The purpose is to help the individual to achieve their goal, to find freedom and joy. And in some ways, there's an overlap because psychoanalysis deals with belief systems and overcoming beliefs that are getting in your way. And law of attraction is also about dealing with beliefs that are getting in your way. Now, the difference here is that law of attraction, the way we practice it using Abraham's teachings, helps us to work through different levels of emotions as we go up the emotional scale. So what is the emotional scale? Simply, it is a way to organize how we feel, all the way from despair at the end, disempowerment, that goes into anger, revenge, guilt, blame, all of those kinds of emotions up into the positive realm. And in between is worry. Worry cuts the emotional scale into two. So when you get past worry, now you're getting into positive emotions such as hope, eagerness, enthusiasm, love, and joy. So the purpose in law of attraction, when we go backwards, is to have a starting point for the work that we want to do. So law of attraction says that there are two ways of making progress. One is to go back, pick up a belief that keeps getting in the way again and again and deal with it. And the other way is to start wherever you are and go forward without looking at what happened in the past. Both are valid. Sometimes it is easy for us to pick up things where they are and go forward. And sometimes the past keeps bringing us backwards. And when that happens, we need to deal with the past. So let me give you an example. Let's say that I have a problem with, let's say, maybe I have a problem with someone that I work with, right? They weren't nice to me, or they did something that I did not like. Now, this person, if they're not important to me, then it's easy for me to say, to hell with that. I am not going to let that affect me. I'm going to start from where I am. This person is not going to spoil my day or my week. And I'm just going to forget about what they did or said because it's just not important enough. And I go forward. And I have a fantastic day because I have made the conscious decision that this is not important enough for me to spend my energy on. Now, on the other side, take someone who is really important in my life. Maybe this coworker is really important in my life, right? So if I make this important, Now it's hard for me to start where I am and go into the future without letting this affect me, because I've given it importance. I have said that this is a really important subject. So in this case, I have to do the vibrational work, and that vibrational work is a means for making this subject less important. How do you make a subject less important? You go through the stages of all the emotions with respect to it until you reach a point where it's no longer important. So this would work in a way like, first of all, guilt. Guilt is, or disempowerment. I can't do anything about this. I'm depressed. I can't do anything about this. And then you say, no, wait a second. I can. And with those words, you go up the emotional scale just a little bit. Maybe you go to a place of guilt and you say, it's my fault. They behave this way because of me. And that doesn't feel good. But you could stop there and you could wallow in that emotion for a very long time. Or you could say, wait a second, it's not my fault, it's their fault. Blame. Go into the vibration or the emotion of blame. Blame feels better than guilt. So you blame them and you say, it's their fault. They did that. Blame feels better, right? So you've gone up the emotional scale just a little bit. Now, the difference is that in psychoanalysis, you stop there. When you blame someone, psychology assumes that once you've assigned blame and that blame is outside of you, now you can go straight up, you can release that, and you can go straight up. The difference is in law of attraction, we say that there's still work to be done. Just assigning blame is not the end of it. Just assigning blame only takes you a little bit up the emotional scale. It does not take you all the way up. There's still work to be done in changing the way you think about this. You cannot stop at blame and then go make a jump to joy. So when we do the law of attraction work, we say, okay, blame is better than guilt. Now, how about some anger? I am really angry. You allow yourself to feel anger. And in psychoanalysis, also, you're allowed to feel the anger. Anger is okay. And then you go to revenge. Law of attraction says, from anger, don't stay at an angry place. Go towards revenge. And not that you're actually going to go and slash someone's tires. It's just revenge in your head. Thoughts of revenge. Not acting from a place of revenge. And then you keep going up from there. Psychoanalysis deals with it differently. Psychoanalysis says, deal with your anger through action. Break something. Go and kick something. Hit a pillow. Go to the gym and get a bag and box your anger out. And that works too. That is not a bad thing at all, because if it helps you to expend the negative energy that's bottled up inside, that's a good thing. But you can't stop there. You have to keep going up the emotional scale. Just assuming that because you have exhausted the physical energy that was stored inside you, the anger that was stored inside you, doesn't mean that you've switched around thoughts, angry thoughts. So psychoanalysis sometimes just leaves you hanging in there. It says, okay, you got rid of your anger by taking it out. But that's not how it works, because you just leave that vibration hanging in a place of anger. For a little while, you feel better because you gave vent to the physically pent up energy, but your thoughts haven't changed. Your thoughts are still in the same angry place. What that means is the next time you pick up the subject, you're still going to be angry with that person. in my example, you're still going to be angry with that person because you haven't shifted your thoughts. So law of attraction says you've got to keep doing the work to shift your thoughts and keep going up the emotional scale. From anger, you go to revenge. And what that means is you don't act from a place of revenge, but you just think about, you know what, I can have my revenge over this person in my head. What if this thing that they've done to me, what if it happened to them? And that just helps you feel better. So there is an overlap between the work that we do in psychoanalysis and law of attraction, because both of them want you to work through your feelings, except that in law of attraction, there's a plan, there's a stepwise method that helps you go all the way up the emotional scale. And in psychoanalysis, depending on who you're working with and what they believe in, they can stop somewhere in between. So psychoanalysis says, I'm going to keep going backwards and I'm going to bring forth things that happened in the past because you need to resolve your emotions with respect to the past. But they keep you under that worry line mostly. They don't help you to resolve the issues and move the vibration all the way to the top. Now, having said that, there are those counselors who do the work to take people all the way up to the top. And there are so many therapists nowadays who are combining law of attraction, a knowledge of the law of attraction, with the way they practice psychology. And who you line up with depends on your belief system. So if you believe that you're going to find a therapist who's going to take you all the way up the emotional scale, you will find that person within the field of psychology. There are a lot of people doing a lot of good work in that field. And if you believe that, oh, psychology is so different from law of attraction, then you are preventing yourself from finding those people who combine both. And even if they did not combine both, there are those therapists who understand that people have to work through their emotions, switch their thoughts around, and go up the emotional scale. And they do that. So to me, there is really no difference. The difference is in where you are, what your belief systems are, and who starts working with you, and how much you allow that person to work with you. If you are open to the work, then you will find that whoever you work with will bring you the results that you want. I'm reminded of what I used to tell my father. I used to tell my father that if he needed medical help, the day that he needed it and we go to the hospital, the worst doctor could be having their best day. What does that mean? That you call forth what that professional is giving you. Because if you don't trust them, if you don't believe in their ability to help you, then they cannot help you. And I used to say to him, the best doctor in the world might be having their worst day. Because the best psychoanalyst, the best therapist, might not be able to be the best for you if you are not open to their assistance. That's how it works with everything. There are people who go and listen to Abraham over and over again, and they go to Abraham workshops and they don't come away with any improvement. And there are those people who listen to one tape and their whole life changes, right? And so what you call forth from any professional out there is depending on you and not on the person that you go to, right? Because sometimes it's that little aha moment, that little thing that drops into place, and that was what you needed. And it can come out of the mouth of a 6-year-old and help you connect all the dots that completely change the trajectory of your life. So really, Yolanda, that's what I want to leave you with. It's not about psychology or law of attraction, because answers are everywhere. There are answers in religion. And there are people who follow their respective religion and have happy, fulfilled lives, because there are many paths to the same place. Everybody is looking for the same thing, and all teachers, all counselors, all advisors, all coaches are helping people from their own perspective to get to that place. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that that is helpful. And I think that you can do this, Yolanda, and I think anyone can do this. It's about being open and understanding that whoever the universe is bringing into your life, that person is bringing you something that is going to help you to get to the next level. And the way you know that is by getting in touch with your feeling place. If when you think about going to see your therapist, if you cringe, if you feel like you don't really want to go, then don't go. And if you look forward to the sessions, then you know that those sessions are working for you and it's okay to go. And that's how it works with whoever you pick up. That's how it works with the books that we read. We kind of sort of have a feel for it. We know if it's helping us and we know if it's not. If it feels like you're stuck, take a break from it. All right. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for your amazing question. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And I hope you found value in the response. Bye for now.